Hello superhero fans, welcome back to Triple I TV. The Loki Season 2 finale was remarkable, signifying the potential conclusion, at least for now, for Tom Hiddleston's 14-year journey with Loki. There are rumors of his return and expectations for his appearance in Avengers Secret Wars. Yet, uncertainty surrounds the future of Kang the Conqueror in the MCU. Jonathan Majors, who portrays Kang, returned in Loki Season 2 not just as He Who Remains, but also as Victor Timely. Moreover, he played Kang the Conqueror in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. He was expected to be the primary antagonist in the multiverse saga, but now that's not the case. However, recent information suggested a shift in the plans, indicating that Jonathan Majors, the character Kang the Conqueror, and any other Kang variant might no longer be the central to the MCU. Surprisingly, the previous titled Avengers Kang Dynasty may not even maintain that name anymore. We will explain this later in this video, but before that, I humble request you to like the video and subscribe to the channel because most of you haven't subscribed it yet. An earlier news circulated about Marvel Studios parting ways with Jeff Lemons, the writer for Kang Dynasty and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. A fresh report now claims that this action occurred due to the diminished focus on Kang the Conqueror. Some may wonder how this change is possible, especially Kang giving a prominent setup as the significant threat, notably in the post-credit scene for the Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. However, circumstances can evolve, and with Jonathan Majors undergoing significant personal challenges lately, Marvel Studios had to make critical decisions. They weighed the direction for both Jonathan Majors' Kang the Conqueror and the MCU as a whole. While it might seem odd to exclude Kang from the MCU, it remains entirely feasible. This shift creates an opportunity for Marvel Studios to introduce Victor Von Doom, also known as Doctor Doom, as the primary villain for the multiverse saga, just as we have seen in the comics. This news was recently highlighted in an article from Variety. It specially mentioned Marvel Studios' contention on progressing without Kang as the primary antagonist. One potential solution they internally discussed was replacing Kang with Doctor Doom. Regarding Jonathan Majors, the actor portraying Kang the Conqueror, Victor Timely, and various Kang variants, he is currently facing legal issues. He is involved in ongoing trials for assault charges, which could result in a sentence for up to 1 year if he found guilty. Today's report, originating from Jonna Robinson, recognized for her contribution as one of the authors of the MCU, The Reign of the Marvel Studios book. Recently on the podcast The Ringerverse, which she co-hosts, Robinson shares insights from a source indicating that Jeff Lemons, the writer behind Avengers Kang Dynasty and Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, was ousted because the entire Kang storyline was being discarded. If this report stands true, it indicates a significant shift, potentially marking the end of Kang's prominence and consequently the rebranding of Avengers Kang Dynasty as simply Avengers 5. However, it's important to note that this information isn't officially confirmed. It's based on the insight shared by a source, Jonna Robinson. Marvel Studios might have considered or already initiated this change, but it's essential to emphasize that this remains an option rather than a definitive decision. The outcome of Jonathan Majors' trial could also influence Marvel's choice. If Majors is proven innocent, there might be a chance to retain him as Kang the Conqueror. What's interesting is that initially Marvel Studios hadn't intended for Kang the Conqueror to serve as the primary antagonist for the multiverse saga. What occurred was that after witnessing Jonathan Majors' brilliant portrayal as He Who Remains and Kang in Quantumania, Marvel recognized the potential and excellence in making Kang the primary antagonist of the multiverse saga. This decision seems fitting considering Kang's comic origins of mastering time and space travel. However, this wasn't their initial plan. There are speculations where Doctor Doom was originally intended to be the main villain for the multiverse saga. Marvel Studios holds the rights to incorporate Doctor Doom and Fantastic Four into the MCU, suggesting a potential direction, especially since Kevin Feige hinted at their involvement during the Phase 4 revealing at the San Diego Comic-Con. The Fantastic Four, with Doctor Doom being a pivotal character, might have been a part of their long-term plan. Considering the setup in the Loki season finale, it's somewhat convenient that Kang's exit was indirectly suggested. Therefore, removing Kang and introducing Doctor Doom or another major antagonist doesn't seem too challenging now, as the groundwork has been laid. The conclusion of the Loki finale left a significant shift where Loki permits the multiverse to embrace true freedom, which allows various Kang variants to emerge. However, the TVA now has a singular focus, monitoring every timeline and universe for Kang variants. This becomes the TVA's primary responsibility. The storyline could proceed in a couple of ways. They might retain Jonathan Majors' Kang and proceed with the Avengers Kang Dynasty narrative, which would be spectacular. However, if they opt for a different direction, they could easily craft a plot where the TVA eradicates all the Kang variants before they pose any threat. This act by the TVA prevents the multiversal war by neutralizing Kangs before they can initiate any significant disturbances. This scenario paves the way for a new antagonist, someone as brilliant as Doctor Doom. His potential debut as the primary villain allows for an intriguing storyline where he gains control over space and time, possibly through Kang's technology. What's fascinating is that in the comics, Kang and Doctor Doom encountered each other, both convinced they are somewhat related. Adopting this narrative could align Avengers Secret Wars more closely with the comics. In the comics, Doctor Doom played a pivotal role, eventually seizing the power of the Beyonder and becoming God Emperor Doom, ruling over everything. This transition would mean that instead of a Kang variant as the Beyonder, Doctor Doom takes on this formidable role, aligning more with the original Secret Wars storyline. Indeed, this approach could still lead to a compelling storyline focusing on the Beyonder and eventually showcasing God Emperor Doom in the MCU. Marvel Studios seems to have recognized this possibility, especially considering reports and discussions from sources like Variety and John Robinson's podcast. Although these aren't officially confirmations, ultimately the direction Marvel takes might hinge on a Jonathan Majors trial outcome. If he is proven innocent, they could continue with him in the MCU as Kang. However, if found guilty, they might choose to either recast the character or shift away from Kang entirely, potentially introducing Doctor Doom as the primary antagonist. It's an exciting prospect to consider a pivot away from Kang and explore the entrance of Doctor Doom, which audience really wanted from the start. Given his intelligence and potential to control space and time, however, it's crucial to wait for official announcement or developments from Marvel Studios before drawing concrete conclusions about the MCU direction. Are you excited to see Doctor Doom as the main villain of the Avengers Secret Wars in the future? Be sure to like the video and subscribe to Triple I TV for more latest MCU news.